I am now, according to BMI, for the first time in my life, not adult life, I am a healthy weight.
First time whole life.
Whole life.
I knew you said that. I'd assumed adult life, the whole life.
Tell the people what your low water mark was as an adult for weight.
Well, my low was after my divorce. My low, I hit 108. I'm 6 foot. I'm 6'1".
6'1", 108.
I'll say this. I wasn't gonna say this, but I'll say it. My lowest weight at Barstool was 109. Whoa. When I got hired, I hadn't eaten in almost a month, and I have when I say I don't eat, I just have horrible anxiety and I just don't have an appetite, and anything I eat I just shit out. And it was just crippling anxiety. When I got hired here, I was just a train wreck. I felt like I didn't belong. I didn't know, I'm old, everyone's young, everyone's so talented. What am I gonna do? It was just, like I said, crippling anxiety. I had no friends.
Did you ever think about not working here?
Oh, I would go home every night and cry to my wife.
But why not? Why did you torture?
Well, because here's what happens. I mean, I wanted to do content my entire life.
Okay.
I get to do Kirk's show, right?
Yeah.
Kirk has me on for a year. I do that show for a year. I get to do Barstool Idol. I do the show. I finish in 8th place, but then Dave Portnoy says, "Oh, I'm interested in this guy."
What did you do on Idol that jumped out?
I was just kind of weird. I was just I think the video that Dave saw was me and Brandon talking about 1980s Braves. And I looked weird. I was like, all right. Plus, I was so skinny. I mean,
that is, you're the polar opposite of who usually gets hired, but either be really skinny or really fat.
Yeah, right.
You're in with Dave.
And get hired, and now we're selling our house in New Hampshire. So I'm uprooting my wife and my dogs and my entire life. I'm moving away from my family to come back to New York. I don't have a place yet. I'm going every night. I'll go to a hotel. I don't have any friends, so I would work, 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, and I would go to this hotel and just sit there by myself. And then weekends I would go home to New Hampshire, try to sell my house. I don't know anyone at work. I was just a basket of, Kirk hates me, Rico hates me. I don't have any friends. I don't know what I'm doing. I was just I don't know where to turn. I was, Big Cat hated me. I don't know what to do. And it took me honestly until that ski trip we went on in December.
Yeah.
And we were all in a ski house. And it that was I was actually hanging out with people and built a camaraderie and built friends. I was I feel a lot better now.
But what made you want to do content if it was such a struggle?
Because I love doing content, I just couldn't get out of my own crippling fear for the first 6 months. I wasn't even.
That's
tweeting.
impressive. I don't think I would push through it if I had that much.
Well, you also just but you also just sold your house and your wife. Yeah. Wasn't I could just because I would go home and I'd be I want to quit, and my wife's like, you can't quit. You sold your house.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
You're right. Yeah.
Gotta go to work tomorrow. Yeah. And we're in this Airbnb, and I was this is and I was just in, and meanwhile I'm I finally had the thing I want. I finally had the dream job. I finally got what I wanted.
Way, man.
And I'm the most miserable I've been in years. I'm what the fuck is? And then you hate yourself. Yeah. You're what the fuck is wrong with me? But then it all works out. It's anytime you go and get a new job, it's hard because you don't know anyone. I'm sure people listening to this can relate. You get a job that you've always wanted. You get a job, and it's oh fuck. Kind of a dog chasing its tail. I got what I want, and now maybe I'm not happy. And is that
I think that's a lot. I mean, I saw a bunch of memes floating around with the Katy Perry, Gayle King stuff. Gayle King came back with that face that was kind of her hair was disheveled, and she was kind of it was almost fuck this. Why did I do that? And there was a couple memes that were me coming home from the first day of work for the job I prayed for, and now I got it. I'm oh fuck.
What have I done?
Yeah.
And I was at 109, and now I'm 141. So I was
I mean, that's a diesel. That's a diesel weight gain.
In what, 2 years? Year and a half?
Almost. Yeah. 3.
I mean, I guess looking at you don't look as big of a freak, but I wouldn't say he looks like.
Once you said you put on weight, I could very clearly see it.
I went back last night and I looked at some clips of me when I got hired, and my cheekbones are so gone. Don't get me wrong, I'm still crazy skinny, and the BMI thing is crazy. The idea that this is a healthy weight is wild.
Right.
But but you look at it, it's oh no, my pants,
I'm
on the 2 belt buckle, I was on the 4, the 5, before. It's you can see that.
God damn.
Crazy.
And a lot of it was from quitting drinking.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it. But yeah, you quit and you gained weight.
Yeah,
right.
Because the drinking,
not most people's experience.
Drinking, I didn't realize how much it upset my stomach. I would have diarrhea twice a week, bad day, emergency. I gotta go, and it must have been some sort of allergy I got or whatever it is. And then when you have diarrhea, you don't have an appetite. You don't want to eat. So it's all right. So it's kind of and then once I quit drinking, I just started replacing it with juice, and I feel and I don't really. I say quit drinking. I'll drink at social occasions. I've had 6 since mid-January. Total drinks, but I used to drink 1 or 2 every single night.
Yeah.